What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a really special guest in the building. Listen, this is a singer, songwriter, and a self-professed sophisticated stoner. She has out a brand new song right now called Gimme the Light. And listen, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff here. You know, we have in the building today, we have Blair in the building today. What's going on, my sister?
Hi, I'm so good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you so very much for joining us on the Entertainment Report podcast today.
No, thank you for having me. No problem.
Not a problem. Thank you. All right, let's get into your background here, because you've done a lot, and I need these people to really know how much you've done over such a short period of time. All right?
Yep.
All right. So first of all, what was Blair like as a child growing up, and where did you grow up?
Oh man. Of course, I'm Jamaican. I grew up in Jamaica. I was born in St. Andrew UA Hospital, and then mommy took me home to, well, for a short while I lived in Kintyre, that's Papine, and then we moved to Montgomery Avenue just after I was born. So that's really where I grew up, you know, experienced childhood moments. I went to Lannaman's Preparatory School, which was around the road from my house. But yeah, I grew up in Kingston. Montgomery is off Hagley Park Road for people who don't know. And yeah, as a kid, I was super intelligent. I started reading at the age of 2. Okay. Like reading big books. And I was overzealous. I was very inquisitive. I was very curious. And I was very interested in the performing arts. But I have to give credit to the teachers at my prep school, because they saw that, you know, them say, something about this look up in here now. And Mr. Taylor, Miss Daly, Miss Cephas, those were my performing arts teachers. Them should mean everything. Dancing, them should me. Drama, them should me. Music, them should me. Everything that I know now, I can say I'll give credit to where I started in prep school, because it set a foundation for where I am today. You know what I mean? In prep school, we entered festivals, JCDC festivals. That's the most popular one, or should I say, the best accredited when it comes on to performing arts. And yeah, so they showed me everything. We went to competitions. I won my first medal in JCDC doing the poetry at the age of 4. Wow. Yeah. I was really young, you know, but I was so excited to do everything. And I was so, you know, eager to just do any and everything. And as I said, I was intelligent. I could read. I could do book work at the same time. So it's like it balanced out, you know? Yeah,
I could see that even right now, your inquisitive nature, it hasn't left you. I think that's what is your driving force right now. You want to know, you want to try, you want to taste, you want to figure it out.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's me to the core.
Okay, 100%. I could see that from watching your videos from back then until right now. Because me personally, how I was introduced to you was through comedy.
Yeah.
You understand?
What got you
into? Yeah.
You know, so it's a book up thing because I didn't even know I was funny. I'm like, okay. Wait, people like this, people think this is funny. You know, it's really a book up thing, and I came across it when I was in university. I went to the University of the West Indies, where I was pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communications. So we had specializations at the time, and I was specializing in TV. So when you specialize in TV, you know, they teach you how to edit, they teach you how to present, they teach you all of the aspects of TV, so you can decide after you graduate what you want to do, you know? So in my second year, I was learning how to edit videos. Well, we touched on editing in first year, but not so much. When you do your specialization, them go in depth and thing, right? So I was learning how to edit videos and thing. One day I was home bored, just get my brand new computer, come save up my money and buy my brand new computer. And then I say, you know, somebody needs something for edit, but I never want to just rip a video from YouTube and edit it. So I wrote up a script, and after I write up the script now, I said, but okay, me'll act it out, you know. and the performing arts background that I had, of course, I was exposed to drama and doing different characters and stuff. So I acted out something. The first skit I think was Punchy sends foreign cousin to shop or something like that. But yeah, I played all the characters, edit the video, put it out on Facebook, and YouTube was very new at that time, and I put it up on YouTube. So next thing I know, people start watch and share and laugh and watch and share and laugh. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. And then I continued doing videos because there's a level of euphoria that comes with people when you put up something and people that say, yeah, this shot, oh yeah, let me share this.
For sure.
So I continued, and then Travis, who was more seasoned at the time, saw one of my videos and he's like, yo, we should do a video together. And I'm like, yeah, of course. So we did a video together, and then his fan base started checking out my stuff, and then it just started get crazy, and then I just started building from there. And it took me like 6 years to be like, the Bella Blair doing.
Okay, so it was that long. It wasn't okay, we just did it for a year and
no.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I never really wanted to pursue that. It was just more of a fun thing until after university, when I was earning from YouTube, because I was one of the first persons to be in Jamaica and getting paid by YouTube. Them time that YouTube did have partnership. So you had to become a YouTube partner, and then you could have signed up for payments and things. I was one of the first people out of Jamaica to be YouTube partner and getting paid and things. Yeah. So I was earning during school, and when I finished school now, I was like, okay, I can still earn. And I did earn. So I continued. And then I was like, you know what? When a side of me wasn't being filled or satisfied, that's the musical side, because a lot of people don't know that I started music before comedy, because I was in Jamaica's Digital Rising Stars.
What? I didn't know that.
I came 5th in 2010. Yeah.
And what was your name at that time there?
Tony Blair.
Okay, so at that time it was Tony Blair. At that time, got you, and then you switched. Something you brought up just now. You said you were one of the first people to actually get paid from YouTube at that time. If you don't mind disclosing, what was your first paycheck like from YouTube?
I think it was 3,000 US or something like that.
Yeah. At that time there.
Yeah. Yeah. It was much, because back then, as I said, a lot of people weren't on YouTube, so YouTube was paying out like it was cash,
That's crazy.
That was
in Jamaica, 3,000 US from basically the internet pay you. It's like,
but listen, girl got student loans and stuff. That coming like nothing.
Crazy. You talked about your characters, and one of your earlier characters, my favorite characters that I got introduced to was Punchy and Brittany. Yes.
And Brittany.
Those were the characters. Yes. How did you even come up with those?
I was just about to say they're based off very real people. Punchy was from this friend that I had. As I told you, I was in music before, so I used to tour with Queen Ifrica and Tony Rebel as a background singer. Yeah, look at him. Hey, all right, new information. Okay.
Yeah. No idea.
I had my backup singer friends who became sisters. One was Dinette, and the other one was Yasmin. Punchy is really Dinette. Because when I just started singing with them, new environment, new girls, especially to be around, I was more of a little stushy thing.
Okay, all right.
So Dinette, I'm call her Deja. She used to be like the dog. At the time, smoke weed and thing, and she's like, come on, 20 minutes, stush, man.
No, I don't do those type of stuff. Sorry, no.
Me? No. Girl. But yeah, no, I admired how free she was to just be herself, and how free she was to to just say anything will come to her mind. And I observed her a lot. And she knows that Punji is her. She's like, people always come up to her and say, are you broke up, Bella, don't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, because Punji is so far from my real personality that it's just like, even when people see me in person, he'll like, hi.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi. And I'm like, so are you? They must say, are you? I'm like, yeah, it's me. But then when I say, good, I say, oh, she.
It's a character. You know how to turn it off and turn it on. And a lot of people, they don't get that. They think that you're always on. No, like sometimes you just want to be normal and just be Bella. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. So with the comedy, how long did you said you did the comedy for about 6 years?
Yeah, about roughly 6 years. Yeah.
Okay. And where was the switch where you said, okay, no more comedy. I wanted to get into music. What, as you said, part of you was not being fulfilled. And what actually made you say, okay, no comedy, straight music now?
When it started affecting my mental health is when I had to take it seriously because I was, sad and depressed. I mean, it's a real thing, I used to see people say, mental health is a real issue. It's a real thing. I've experienced it. You know what I mean? And because I'm very good at songwriting, very good at producing. A lot of people don't know that I co-produce a lot of my tracks. I'm very good at music in general, So when you grow up doing all these things and you just start the one thing where you never plan for do or set out for do, and then there's all these demands from all the people around the world who are tuning in, it took a toll on me. And I was like, you know what? I need to do something for myself. I've got fans and supporters, and I'm like, yeah, I know it will be hard to disappoint some of them, but sometimes you just have to say, yo, you have to do what's best for you, right?
100%.
So that's what I decided to do. I was like, hey, music, here I come. I'll live for one somebody I jam out. Let's do it.
And what was that transition like where you were the comedian? Now it's like the comedian turned singer, even though they don't really know it was a singer, turned comedian back to singer. What was that transition like?
Oh, very hard. Very, very, very hard because, you want to market yourself as something else, but people know you for doing comedy skits. So you can't just say, well, I'm Bella with a song. But what is that? Some people even, when I upload content, is like, LOL is the first thing. And I'm like, wait, but no, this is serious. Are you laughing at this? I say something, what a joke there. What a joke there. I mean, I sing for real. Like, it's crazy.
Yes, it was a really hard transition for you at that time there, especially where, as I was telling you earlier, you were one of the first females, or even not even females, one of the first comedians to actually embrace YouTube and Instagram at that time there. So then now for you to transition, people just want to sometimes leave you in a box. You're trying to tell them, no, I could do other things also.
I'm not the one. People try to put me in a box all the time. But I mean, if you follow people, you go down the wrong street. You have to know where you want to go and go.
And what year was it that you actually started to put back out music after you stopped the comedy?
2016.
16. Okay. So 16. And what was the first track that you had put out?
Yeah, that's the year I put out my debut single called Jamaica. Actually, that's not my first ever body of work or first ever project. I did a collaboration with a DJ in Portugal years before that, 2011, right after Rising Stars. I linked up with Steven Stewart. I don't know if you know him.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, and he was working at Harry J Studios at the time, and a DJ from Portugal came to Jamaica looking for like songwriters and things. But Steven knew of my songwriting capabilities, I guess, and he called me and I did a track and I sang the track, and they're like, okay, you can be the artist on that track. And that song did well in Portugal, but a lot of people don't know that in Jamaica.
Crazy. And it was under Tony Blair. It was under Tony Blair.
Tony Blair, okay. Jigsaw Lover. and it was more of a like a house track. Yeah, it was really
So
fun.
what was so then how come when you came back to music you didn't just go back to Tony Blair, you just kept the Bella Blair at that time there?
Because I already had garnered a lot of fans, and a lot of people knew me as Bella Blair, so I felt like transitioning or changing my name at that point would be pointless. I feel like people would understand that, hey, this is a transitionary process, and Tony Blair, Bella Blair is now a singer,
Hmm. And that
Yeah.
worked out like
So that's why I
so.
didn't sell it.
Makes sense. And did you stop putting out skits altogether, or you put out skits here and there?
I tried to do the skits thing and music at the same time, but it didn't work out, and it's very hard. People don't understand the amount of work they have to put in. You know what I mean? To even do just comedy alone, much less for the comedy plus music, it was very tedious. So I decided to stop altogether. After like some months, I decided to stop altogether and just do music.
And just get music full swing. Okay, so then you said 2016 was Jamaica, the song Jamaica. How did that single do for you at that time there?
At the time, it did way more than I was expecting.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I got the attention of David Rodigan, who is like, he's been a really big supporter of mine. I really appreciate the efforts that him put out to support me, because he really truly believe in my talent. When he came to Jamaica for BBC One Extra Live recordings, he called me to Jamaica. When him come back again, him call me again. I feel like he was just rallying for me, and he played Jamaica on his track week after week for about 10 weeks until it was like, I don't know if it was number one or something. And he said to me in person, "Yo, Bella," when I went to, he got that accent. "Yo, Bella," when I went to, I don't know if it was Ibiza or something. I don't want to call her wrong country name. So and so, and I played that track. The place went wild.
Crazy. Somewhere where you haven't even been yet, but your music touched these places already, and that's so crazy.
Oh man, I'm so blessed, because when I check, because I'm very hands-on when it comes on to not only the creative side of my music, but the business aspect. So I get to see where my views and my listenerships are coming from. And when I see the country, then I say, well, Lord, me used to tour Europe and some of them country I mean never there yet, and I have listenership there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy and overwhelming sometimes to see the amount of support I get outside of my country, which is Jamaica. I'm forever grateful and happy that I made the decision that, I will venture out into the land of music.
For sure. 100% agreed. You brought up something. You're very hands-on, so I guess you see your analytics and all those stuff there. When it comes to the industry right now, do you believe that there's still gatekeepers in music, or with the advent of the internet, it's almost like you could go anywhere and nobody could tell you whatever?
I mean, my philosophy would probably sway more to thinking that if something happened to you, nobody can stop it. But definitely there are gatekeepers in the music industry, as in any other industry. You have people who can put you on, give you opportunities, quick, and you reach very quicker than when you don't have that opportunity. You know what I mean? It's only natural. It's a part of every industry. But yeah, there are gatekeepers, and there are people who can provide opportunities for people if they believe in the talent, I guess, or if they have some other form of relationship. I don't know.
I hear you. But even though but you don't think it's made it a bit easier since the advent of the internet, where you could go straight to your consumer, so you don't have to necessarily have a record label or anything like that. You're just straight to consumer.
Honestly, at one point when social media just came out, and it was kind of fair, where you could put out your content and it would reach your subscribers or followers or whatever. No, it's all going back to label, where label control the views or control what content is seen by whom. So when it just came out, I'd say yeah. Now, not so much. We don't have much control anymore.
Yeah. And you find so that makes sense here, because definitely somebody like you that's been playing on the internet for a while, I wanted to ask you a question like that, because you would more or less have an answer for something like that.
Oh, yeah, it was totally different back in the past, where if subscribers would get a notification when you put out content. Now it's like, oh, you have a new video? Oh, didn't know.
Okay, I'll check it out. Probably. All right. 2016, your song Jamaica did very good for you. What was your next musical step after that?
My debut EP, Aura.
Okay. Yes.
Yep. Aura. 6 songs, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And what year did that come out?
The year after, 2017. Is it 2017? Girl, you better remember.
Yeah. Yeah. And how did that do for your career?
It went well. It was my first EP, a lot of people, it was kind of, I don't want to say experimentative, but it was kind of seeing what people liked from me. So each song on the EP had a different kind of vibe, had a different energy, had a different approach to the music. And I don't want to say different genre, because I believe that there's one genre for me, and that's fusion, because I just do what I'm inspired to do. But every song on the EP had a different vibe, a different energy. If you could check it out, you're like, oh yeah, you still know that it's Bella, of course, but it have a like a difference, and I said, okay, so she can do this too. Okay, she can do this too. All right, but yeah, and that was strategic, because I really wanted to see the response of people to the different types of songs, and I got what I needed from the EP.
You got the responses that you're looking for.
Yes, I'm a scientist at heart.
Yeah, you always, because you're trying to reverse engineer your audience to see what connects, and okay, if this connects, let's dig deeper into this right here.
Yeah, definitely. I don't do music for me. If it was for me, I could have created and bop out in my studio, but it's not for me. It's really for the people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's really for the people who tune into your energy and like what you do and support you. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to say constantly be trying to please them, but know what your audience is into.
For sure.
So that you can get everybody on the same page, everybody in the same vibe from too.
Makes sense. All right. So then this brings us right up to your new song right now. Give Me a Light.
Give Me a Light.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what I feel about the song, and then you're going to tell me about the song.
All right.
When I listened to the song, it almost made it seem like if I smoke weed, I would become sexy right away. It just had a real sexy feel to it. Smoke and become sexy or attractive. And float away. That's how it felt. You know what I mean? How did you come up with that there?
Okay. So one day I said to a friend of mine, I want to write a weed song. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you want to write a weed song? Mm-hmm. But everybody think weed song, them automatically think one drop. I'm a bun, me gaji,
Yes, Celestia, blessed love.
Yeah. Greetings in the name.
Yeah.
but I wanted to make it different. I wanted to make it sultry, because that's kind of part of my vibe. The sultry, soft, not really attacking, and then like, more word. No, not me. I'm more like, smooth killer kind of vibes. And I was like, I want to make it different, because I don't hear no weed song that's all like that. And I guess my newfound love for marijuana, because years me say me not touch that thing, and I say not do it. And then under certain circumstances.
We'll leave unnamed.
No one gets in trouble. But yeah, I decided to try, and then we developed a relationship, marijuana and I, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna write a song. Got the title, got the first verse and thing. Link up with Frankie, create magic, and bam, it's here today. But yeah, it's totally my vibe. I really wanted to make a weed song with a difference, and big up Frankie music every time. Say Frankie, before me and Frankie worked together, he saw me in a session like probably either 1 or 2 years before, and he was like, she don't know me, she a superstar, and I'm like, so what you mean? And then bam, here we are working together. It's
full circle.
Yep.
Crazy, because what I like with it, you flip that style so many different ways. You gave them to sing, and then it's almost like you gave them a DJ sing J, but it was still in the same sultry type of vein. Yeah,
because I'm a vibe. I mean, if you listen to all my other songs, you'd notice that all of them have a sultry kind of vibe to it.
No, 100% agree. And I seen the video the other day. What was the concept behind the video?
But to be honest, I never really had a concept. I was just like,
of all things, from all people that always has so many things going on in your mind, you're going to tell me you really didn't say, okay, this is the treatment, this is how I want it?
No, I was just like, yo, let's do a cool weed video. GD directed it, he sent me the treatment over, and I was like, okay, let's do it. I really never have like a concept in mind right away. That's the honest truth.
Yeah. It comes to you when you see it, when you hear it, when you feel it, you know it. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. That's how creative people. And right now, how is that song doing for you right now, the song and the video?
Man, it's doing good. I mean, I just released the video, so we gotta promote and put it in front of people to see, especially with the new YouTube algorithm. Things are crazy and weird in the YouTube world right now, and things are just crazy overall. Promotion for anything is really crazy right now. With the COVID situation going on, with not being able to tour and do in-person interviews, live events and stuff. But it's doing well, It's playing everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. Everybody's linking me. People asking me for dubs. I'm like, oh my God, guys.
Of course. That's what you need. That, and then they want you to switch it around a bit. When you put in a dub plate style, that's when okay, it's really connected.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I've done dubs before. It's not really, I wouldn't say I'm a dub kind of artist, but when I do it, it's special and it's exclusive, So it's like, you gotta bell it a little bit. But yeah, it's doing well, man. I've never played that song for somebody and them say them don't like it. Everybody loves the joint,
Hot song. As I said, it makes you feel like you build a spliff and you just smoke it and you become sexy right away.
Even some people on my Instagram, they're like, I don't smoke, but listening to this song makes me feel all good inside.
Trust me, Bella. Trust me. Got 2 questions for you before I got you out of here. All right. We talked about your comedy, your music, and everything. So then what I need to know was, when would you say would have been the highest point in your career where you felt your best in your career so far?
Not there yet.
No, but that's what I said. You've had to, even if you had a career for 1 week there, it might have been Wednesday. Yes, I felt good on this Wednesday here. There had to be some point where you felt really good in your career.
I've had a lot of those moments, honestly. When I first saw myself in a commercial that I created, conceptualized, put together on TV, when I got my first TV show that I wrote, I scripted, all of that. When I got my first single, that's, almost 100% me, Jamaica. When I got my first EP, You know, every milestone for me is when I say, yo, I feel good.
Yeah.
The release of Give Me a Light.
Makes sense. All right. So then if I ask you the highest, when would you say you would have felt like the lowest in your career so far?
The lowest. When I had to give up comedy and disappoint a lot of people. But it's something that I had to do. But that was the lowest point because I also was going through, a lot, and I was in a dark place. So, yeah.
I understand. I definitely, and the reason why I asked you something, again, a lot of people see you smiling on camera, doing all this stuff and making us laugh, but they don't realize who makes you laugh, who makes you happy. You understand? And they don't get that part there.
True.
You understand. All right. Give Me the Lights out right now. Where could they figure it? Where could they find it? On what digital platforms? Where is it right now?
All digital platforms. If you have Spotify, if you have iTunes, if you have Tidal, if you have any of them, it's there. You can go on YouTube, find it, lyric video there, official video out now. They can follow me on Instagram at Blair. Facebook, I'm Bella Blair on Facebook. You type it in, you find me. Type it in Google, and I'm there.
They can Google you.
Yeah, Google it.
Before I get you out of here, can I please get a piece of Give Me the Light?
Of course. Of course.
I'll drink the water for you. Hold on. Fresh. Let's go.
I know. I remember when I dropped the key a little bit. When I'm loaded up, give me a light. Give me a light. Give me a light. When I roll it up, give me a light. Give me a light. Give me a light. Oh, musclehead, fast fires a lot, or my catchy. Anyway, the fire day, I will bunny. High grade body day, secondary. Highway past up shelf, call me a graduate. Weed, I study it, got diploma, master's degrees in it. What is life without weight of funding it? What's the song without me a potential hit? Looking at my brain, I make it run right out. Second of my vibes get tempered, blaze. Medulla get slapped with.
Rap. No, trust me, that vibe is so sultry, crazy, and it's like I see that there's so many big things coming for you down the pipeline. As soon as we could start to, I guess, travel again and all of that stuff, it's definitely gonna be. I'm looking out for you, Bella.
It's funny. I plan to start touring this year, and it was just like, hey.
Yeah. But this is downtime now for you to almost perfect something, learn something new, or just experiment a lot more before you actually take the act on the road.
Yeah, no, of course, and I'm working on my next EP.
What do you have a name for it yet, or that comes after the fact?
I don't have a name or a date or anything yet, but the plan is for it to be released the next year.
Yeah, next year, 2021. All right. So listen, amazing conversation, amazing vibe. Thank you so very much for the laughs. Thank you so very much for the music. Thank you so very much for making me smoke weed and feel sexy. Thank you.
No, thank you for having me. Thanks for the support. Thanks for having me on there. I really appreciate it.
No, man, no problem at all. Let me give you an outro and get you out of here. Well,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.